round one of playoffs for the 3A Women's Soccer State Championship. Seton Catholic welcomes their opponent, the Hawks of Tanque Verde. Tanque Verde and Seton are members of the AIA and abide by the rules and regulations as set forth by the association to maintain high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with member schools. We will begin by introducing our guest from Tanque Verde, coached by Brian Sheebles. Number 2.
The Seton Catholic women's soccer team grinded through the regular season. They ended the year with 2 big road wins at ALA West Foothills and Gilbert Christian. Now Coach Willie Baker and his crew open the season that counts. It's the first round of the playoffs as the squad runs and guns against the Hawks of Tanque Verde. It's live from Michael Eubank Stadium, the home of the Sentinels on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Pequeno. Billy Baker's squad is getting hot at just the right time. The squad enters as the 4th seed. The Sentinels with big road victories, 4-3 against ALA West Foothills. Jordan Dahl with 4 goals in that one. Then the squad handed number 2 Gilbert Christian its only loss of the year, 2-1. Sentinels 10-2 overall, earning a share of the 3A Metro title at 5-1 and arguably the toughest division in 3A. Now here come the Hawks, 9-6-2 overall. They were 2-2 in their last. Make that 2-1 in their last 5 games, led by head coach Brian Sheebles. They lost to 11-seeded Safford to close out the regular season 4-2. Number 10, junior Amelia Kidd leads the team with 16 goals. She is one to watch. Sophomore number 10, Mackenzie Sutterly with 5, and Madeline Gore and Emily Ryan and Hunt North with 3 apiece. The Hawks have scored 68 goals and allowed 29. On the other side for Seton, sophomore Jordan Dahl is playing possess with 26 goals. Laurel Stoff with 12, Ella Bruning and Ellie Driscoll with 8 apiece. Sophomore goalkeeper Alex Rivas is battle-tested with 52 saves, allowing 15 goals. Seton has scored 77 goals and has allowed 16. Take a moment for the national anthem. The winner of this game takes on the winner of number 12, Florence, and number 5, ALA West Foothills. Of course, the higher seed will host on Saturday, according to Max Preps, which has been around since 2004. This is the first ever meeting between the two programs. Starting lineup for Tanque Verde, number 2, Madeline Gore is the captain. Number 3, Riley Grau. Number 5, Maria Kostova. Number 6, Kayla Vimmerstedt. The goalkeeper, who's a converted volleyball player. Number 7, Emily Ryan. Number 9, Cheyenne Bell. Number 10, Amelia Kidd, captain, having a tremendous year. Number 11, Mackenzie Sutterly. Number 13, Cadence Drummond. Number 17, Hunton North. And number 23, Bella Gooch, who's also a captain. Starting lineup for Seton. Number 4, Ella Bruning, the senior. Number 8, Hannah Horniak, midfielder, freshman. Number 9, Caitlin Davey, a defender, a senior. Number 10, Deanna Rojas, midfielder, defender. Number 9. Number 11, Sienna Bujol, a junior, midfielder, defender. Number 14, Ella Probst, a junior defender. Number 15, Jordan Dahl, sophomore forward. Number 17, Ellie Driscoll, a sophomore forward. Number 20, Maddie Galvin, sophomore defender. Number 24, Maddie Breen, a junior forward defender. And, of course, Alex Rivas. And Alex is decked out in the nuclear high-octane colored Oregon colors. Paulo Hudson live stream. Joe Pequeno on the call. So glad you can join us. Beautiful night for soccer. The weather we're having here in Arizona this time of year has left me speechless. And that was the delayed reaction right there. It is absolutely amazing as these two teams are about to face off. Your referees, Susie Arias, Shirley Freeman, and Sorrel Pike. And we are closing in on kickoff right here from Michael Eubank Stadium. History in the making as these two teams face off. And for the Hawks, they're led by Brian Cheebles in his 8th year. Played college at Pima Community College, which is one of the best soccer programs in the country. And his team is well stacked on the back end. He feels that is the strength of his team, and they're going to be tested early and often. On that back end, they're just trying to work the other side of the field, and right there having some answers early was Deanna Rojas, who's been a really nice newcomer for this Seton team. Athletic, gets to the ball quickly, good strike. And this Hawks team that in the course of their season went 9-6-2 home. They were 5-1 away, 2-4-2. Neutral site, 2-1. Seton was 4-2-0 at home, 6-0 away. And that big number right there really bodes well when you think about it. Undefeated on the road, because at some point they're going to have to go on the road. They're going to have to go to potentially a higher seed in the semifinals and win that game. And then, of course, if they get to the championship game, and that is a neutral site affair at Mesa High on the 21st, as Alex Rivas will get her first touch on that back end. And right now, if you're the Hawks, you kind of like what you're seeing so far. Seton had a little bit of noise and opportunity, and that shot is blistered, and that's knocked away. So the Hawks coming out and making a little noise, and that is exactly what they expect. This is a team that Coach Sheebles has talked about. They've had roughly for a good amount of time. They have a couple club players along their way, but they have just essentially built this team as is. Of course, their goalkeeper, as we mentioned, Kayla Vimmerstedt, is a volleyball player, and she's converted into a goalkeeper. She's a setter on the volleyball team, and they actually hired a goalkeeping coach to work with her, and it's paid dividends. She's done a nice job, and, you know, they posted 9 wins. This shot is blistered, and that is over and up over the crossbar. So right out of the gates, look, this Hawks team, they're coming. They're coming with a purpose. They're not afraid. They're making some noise. And the teams that come into Seton and make noise and that are aggressive, they've got an opportunity to do some things. And on that shot for the Hawks was number 23, Bella Gooch. And Jordan Dahl, who's been nuclear, you name it, she has really turned into an all-out offensive force for this team. 4 goals in the victory over ALA West Foothills. And this is a sophomore, ladies and gentlemen, who just has that next skill ability, but on top of it, she just has such the desire to win. So when you combine, that is, that combination of skill and will, it's just a lethal dose. Sentinels get the ball on the other side of the field, and it goes out of bounds, and that's going to be a chance for the Hawks. This Hawks team, of course, they are the 13th seed. Kind of looking at their season. They were 2-2-1 in their last 5 games. Talking to Coach Sheebles, he said they were hit a little bit by the flu bug. Had some kids, of course, get sick, and they had to battle through with what they had. And that's the thing about soccer, you know, it's such a grinding sport. A lot of people don't realize, unless you play or really watch the sport, that it's an endurance battle. And the best teams, it's really who comes out on top. It's a matter of one great possession for one team and maybe one bad angle by the other, or one lack of step by a defender. Needless to say, so far, if you're Tanque Verde, you've come in here and you're holding your own. You've put a couple shots up the other way, and so far, Seton hasn't really done anything on the offensive end. Dahl has been kept in check, as well as the high-flying Seton offense, which is, as we know, so explosive. And the Hawks with a little bit of a surge early as Dahl tried to turn the corner right there. So Bella Gooch had that really nice shot that was blistered over the goalpost. And that has been the extent of the offense in this one, other than that attacking moment where Rivas came out of the 6 and it was blocked. And it's going to be a foul against Tanque Verde. So right there is Ella Bruning, who's tremendous on set pieces. We've seen Ella so good in the corner, and now she gets a set piece about 30 feet from midfield. She'll knock this one up and gives the Hawks ample opportunity to counter. And making the move right there was a strong one by Ellie Driscoll. Driscoll giving chase, and it's worked up on the other end. Tanque Verde, a team that is coming in playing loose. They got nothing to worry about. They are known to be the underdog coming into this contest, so they can let it loose. They can play fearless. As the old famous quote in Top Gun Maverick goes, don't think, just do. And that's going to be their philosophy in this one. And for Seton is to come out, and my conversation with Billy Baker was he wanted to see his team come out, take care of business early, and be in a position where this one might potentially end early. But so far the Hawks with some other ideas. 7 minutes in, and this one has been played in their favor so far. And working the ball, and Maddie Breen coming up and trying to rip it away. Now it's worked on the other side of the field, and Seton with the counter. Good work as that's pounded up front. Just out of the reach of Jordan Dahl, and giving it a nice boot was Hannah Horniak on that far left side. Horniak has played fantastic. Freshman midfielder has done a nice job in her first year in the Seton Red. Battle roughly at midfield, and that trickles out of bounds. Tanque Verde will have a throw-in. Seton fans have packed the stands. Got some baseball players here. Of course, they'll be starting the season here in a couple weeks. Brian Stevenson and his team. And now Jordan Dahl giving chase. And Dahl is in a one-on-one battle, and Dahl takes it away. Dahl fires it across, crossing opportunity for Seton. Shot is up, and over the right corner, and just up top of the corner of the right crossbar. A blistering opportunity for Seton. And right there, coming up and almost coming up with a beauty was Sienna Bujold off the great feed from Dahl. Dahl, one-on-one opportunity, and we know how good she is in those moments. And she beat the defender, crossed it, and Bujold with a great shot just a little high. So we play on, and right now Seton is starting to get their attack feels going. It's going to be a set piece for Seton as Bujold, who's got a great leg, and Bujold can knock it in from here. So Kayla Vimmerstedt, the converted volleyball player, a setter on the volleyball team, has to be ready. Bujold will let it go. She fires, and this one, a good one, and Vimmerstedt comes up big and comes up with a save again. The converted volleyball player going up top and knocking it away. Tremendous save as Bujold is denied. On a tremendous save by Kayla Vimmerstedt. Wow. And that was just a tremendous boot by Sienna. Sienna tagged that one perfectly and looked like she had it. And Vimmerstedt, who, as we mentioned, gets vertical on the hard surface, got up top and denied Bujold her 10th goal of the year. Best scoring chance at that moment. Roughly the 10-minute mark of this first half. Now the Sentinels are attacking it again. Racing up the field was Ellie Driscoll, and Hawks are countering. Right there, coming up big, Caitlin Davey, who's been such an impactful defender in her time in that Seton attacking back row. They try to methodically work it up the field. Maddie Breen right there. Breen will try to work it the other side of the field. And Seton has the answer with Driscoll controlling it on the sidelines. Driscoll works it on a perfect pass to Bruning. Bruning, right corner, just outside the 18 in a one-on-one moment. And they're going to call the foul on Ellie Bruning. So they're calling this one very, very tight. And this one is knocked up the field by the attacking back row. And coming up with it is Hannah Horniak. And Horniak will race it over to the other side of the field. Seton, very good passing team. They can work it from sideline to sideline. They can go east, west, north, and south. Nice little thread passes, Bruning, and once again, good instincts by Kayla Vimmerstedt out of the 6 to secure it. 12 minutes plus in, no score from the campus of Seton Catholic, Michael Eubanks Stadium. Home of the football team, volleyball team, track team. And plenty of lacrosse is being played on this field as well. So glad you can join us for the first round of the playoffs. Seton 10-2 and 2 impressive wins to end the year. Knocking off ALA West Foothills and Gilbert Christian. Alex Rivas, a little boot from the side. And the Hawks making quasi noise right there. And that boot was courtesy of Amelia Kidd. And we talk about elite goal scorers, and Amelia Kidd will check that box. Kidd, 16 goals on the year. She's a young lady that you give her space, she'll make you pay. And that's the big thing in this one. I can't stress enough in a soccer game. Right now it's tight, and both sides cannot afford to give the other team's elite striker any space. Dahl will simply outrun you. Sienna Bujold right there, we saw. Elite strike. Laurel Stoff more than capable, and now it's the Hawks the other way. And this will be kicked out, and it'll be a goalie kick for Seton as we wind down to 26 minutes remaining in this first half. Sentinels, and kind of talk about their season and how they finished. And it's really impressive for Seton because the two games they lost were to Ben Franklin and to Northwest Christian. And Ben Franklin, of course, the defending champions, they are the 3 seed. Northwest Christian is number 1. Seton both lost both of those schools 5-0. And then they came back as Seton, and Dahl right side. Dahl giving chase. Defender, and knocked away. Seton will have his first corner opportunity with Bruning going to ice it up. But the thing about Seton is those 2 road victories. ALA West Foothills is the 5 seed, and Gilbert Christian is the 2 seed. So the Sentinels knocked off the 5 and 2 seeds to close out the year, handing Gilbert Christian its only loss of the year. Bruning so good in this position. Fires it up, and that's knocked away by, once again, the shot will go over the crossbar. It was a good attempt, but it goes upstairs by Ava Peth. But once again, having great instincts was Kayla Vilmerstedt. So the corner from Bruning to Ava Pongrantz just could not connect. But the good thing is Seton is starting to tip the field some, but every moment that this Hawks team is in this game, they grow more confident by the second. Bruning right there. Good pass across the way by Horniak. Bruning working it back down. Now it's worked up to Horniak. Horniak. Dahl right to her right. And the speedster gets it. Dahl, she'll simply outrun people. And once again, Dahl with the electric move. Right side, Jordan, the cross, and a defender right there, and no Seton player in that general vicinity. But you can see Jordan Dahl has just got the amazing stutter and warp drive to blow by a defender. We've seen it so far about 3 times in this first half. .23 minutes remaining in this first half, and so far a little bit of a shocker right now. 0-0. Dahl right side. Jordan Dahl fires it up and just wide of the far post. Dahl a good rep, a little bit on the inside, and she probably knocks in goal number 27. Good crowd on hand. Tonight we do not have hot chocolate. Tonight we don't have pizza. But it's a shame because the hot chocolate has become a specialty here at Seton. I think it's tremendous. One of the best things ever. I think if years from now, wherever life should take me, if I'm still calling Seton games, it'll be a blessing. If I'm not, I'm coming to watch soccer just for the hot chocolate and to see the great kids of Seton play. And right now, they're in a little bit of a battle. This Hawks team has been very good in the back end, and that's what Coach Schiebel said. He said, look, we're stout on the back end. We're not going to let Jordan Dahl get loose, and Dahl has gotten loose. Just so far, the Hawks have kind of played with fire, and they've gotten away with it so far. They have felt the fire. They've tamed the fire, but if they keep playing in fire, eventually they're going to get burned. And on the other side, the Hawks have gotten a good shot by Gooch that went over the crossbar in the first 10 minutes of this one. And so far, they've been kind of quiet in the last 10 as Seton has really flipped the field and starting to control everything. Tanque Verde. Think about their region and what they've done. Kind of break it down as we go through things. A very difficult region, and one in which they finished 2-2-1. So they have a lot to be proud of in a very competitive soccer region, just like the Sentinels. Sentinels, Northwest Christian, Gilbert Christian, Seton all finished 5-1. Seton's one loss came to Northwest Christian, the number 1 seed, right here. I'm not surprised that they're the 1 seed. They came out that night and they played like a 1 seed when they beat Seton. They came out strong, aggressive, determined, and now that shot is up and Brain blisters one. That's going to be wide of the wide post. So the shots are starting to add up for Seton, but so far, goose eggs on the scoreboard for both teams. So Northwest Christian, Gilbert Christian, Seton all finished 5-1. ALA West Foothills was 3-3. Valley Christian 2-4. Page 1-5. Bourgade 0-5. So that was the outlook for Seton. And those losses, well, for Seton, they came early. They lost to Ben Franklin back in December. They lost to Northwest Christian in January. And since that, the Sentinels have rolled off 4 straight wins, looking for number 5 here against a determined and gritty Tanque Verde squad on the campus of Michael Eubanks Stadium. Their coach, a veteran, played collegiately at Pima Community College, which is, can't stress enough. I call soccer for Chandler Gilbert and Pima every year. Pima, Phoenix College, ranked in the top 10 every single year. Men's and women's. That's how good the program is. The women's soccer team now has a new coach at Chandler Gilbert, as Scott Smith has gone different ways. So a new direction for the Coyotes there. But for the Hawks and the Sentinels, they're just focused on the now. And that shot is up, and that is knocked wide. But a good attacking moment. And once again, it's Bella Gooch with another shot. Rivas on that back end will just try to clear it out. Works it to Ellie Driscoll. And in the middle, Sentinels trying to split a couple defenders, and Dahl is there. Dahl with the head fake, and Jordan Dahl on her giddy up. Dahl launches and off a defender, and another shot by Jordan Dahl. Once again, coming in with a team high 26 goals. And I'll set up Bruning in the corner. As we mentioned, Ella outstanding on the set pieces. Seemed like yesterday Ella Bruning was just a freshman on campus, and now she is a senior. And that is overshot, and Hawks with a chance to clear it out on the far end of the field. And right there, the Sentinels have an answer. And the way the Sentinels have controlled the pace, you can see their attacking back row. They're essentially playing in midfield. They feel that right now they can control the Hawks offensively. Bruning is there. Bruning splits. And on the other side of the field, a little bumping and grinding. And on that other side, it was Ava Pongrantz. Sentinels will have a throw-in, courtesy of Santa Bujol. Her parents are here. I'm a big fan of her parents, and I think solely they've embraced me because I've been able to say Bujol correctly. And Johnny Pongrantz is here, ladies and gentlemen. the stellar Johnny Pongrants, who's decked out in his tie-dyed shirt, and he's waving, and he's always running up and down the field. One day he'll be a Sentinel. He'll be out there, and right now he's supporting his sister all the time in the team. You'll see Johnny, and sometimes Johnny's good, and sometimes Johnny is bad. But when he's bad, he's such a tremendous kid. Winding down to 16 minutes. And so far, a little bit of a surprise from Michael Eubanks Stadium. But Dahl tried to work through to Bruning right there, and Bruning hits the deck. Good play, no foul. It was clean. Sentinels, a couple of fans grumbling, hoping for a call. Driscoll is there, and that's punched up. Hannah Horniak in the middle right there. Hawks just trying to change the trajectory of the last 5 minutes or so, where they've been essentially owned by Seton. But once again, doesn't matter if you're owned, it's a matter of what you do by putting the ball inside the pipes. That counts. And Johnny Pongrants has a friend. And Carlos, what's your last name, buddy? Martino. And Johnny Pongrants is hanging out with Johnny Martingo. One more time, Carlos, your last name? Montijo. He's hanging out with Carlos Montijo. There you go. Who's the brother of Mia Montijo on the soccer team. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. While we have stoppage in play. Set piece for the Hawks. Working that sidelines. Bruning is there. Little bump up. Good work by Maria Kostova. Rivas just out of her reach as that is blistered. And a good attacking moment by the Hawks as they caught Seton just a little flat-footed. And once again, that's Amelia Kidd. And can't leave Amelia Kidd with too much room. 16 goals on the year. And that was a moment where Seton just looked a little lackadaisical defensively. Letting Kidd get space, and luckily that was shot wide. Under 14 minutes left in this first half. No score from Michael Eubanks Stadium. The winner moves on. The team that comes up short can think about their season and what could have been different in this game. And of course, the winner plays on. Take on the winner of ALA West Foothills, the 5 seed, and number 12 Florence. If Seton should hold on, and if ALA West Foothills should knock off Florence, Seton will get another crack at ALA West Foothills, this time on their home turf after winning on the road at Foothills 4-3 behind Jordan Dahl's 4 goals. Sentinels, now it's Bruning who giving chase, and can Ella track it down? And it's going to be Seton ball. Corner as Ella worked it hard, tracked it down. And a good chance, yet another corner for Seton. Bruning was fantastic on her first corner as Vilmerstedt put a hand on it. Second one was overshot. This one's right inside, and point blank look, and Sentinels cannot knock it in. Unfortunately, that was lodged between a couple Hawks and nowhere in the vicinity of a couple Sentinels players. But once again, got to go where the ball is. Can't stand around. Got to attack. It's the playoffs. Got to make, as Chevy Chase said in Caddyshack, make, be your future. See your future. Be the ball, Danny. Under 12 minutes in his first half. A half that started with the Hawks really owning it for the first 3-4 minutes. Now it's been Seton all the way. And that back end of Tanque Verde, they have got to applaud them as Dahl once again outworking one. And they're going to call the foul on Jordan Dahl. Set piece for the Hawks. And right there is Hannah Horniak, who counters. And Maddie Breen in the middle of the field. And the back end of the Sentinels doing a nice job getting it back, working it well. Ellie Driscoll powered up that sidelines, and it's going to be Hawks ball. And once again, for a team that came in here 2-2-1 in the last 5, of course, they battled some sickness on their roster. We know how detrimental that can be for a soccer team. They're doing a tremendous job of holding their own. Sentinels in the middle of the field. Maddie Galvin, a sophomore defender. A lot of height, a lot of potential for this team. Hawks, and it's going to go the other way. Sentinels right now, a little quicker on that defensive end. Right now, the Hawks, other than Amelia Kidd, they're not getting too much from their offensive players. And as I say that, here they are on the counter. But right there, Bruning coming up and takes it away. Bruning has been everywhere. She's had a tremendous first half. She's been so instrumental in this first half. Horniak has it taken away. Hawks. A Hawks player, Riley Grau, hit the turf. As Seton counters with Horniak. Couple kicks up, and now it's the Hawks on the counter. Winding down to 9 minutes in this first half. Surprising score from Seton. This Hawks team has got nothing to lose. They're playing with house money right now. They're feeling great. If they get into this half and it's tied at 0, they're going to get more motivated by the second. And that halftime would come at a good time. Gives their defense a chance to refuel. Maddie Breen. Maddie, good move. Maddie, middle of the field. Tries to work it over to Bruning on the other side. And Bruning now works it down. And the Hawks counter with Riley Grau. Seton with Galvin in the middle. Galvin tries to work it up. Sienna Boujol. Sienna, great ball skills, plays on the club circuit. Now it's Ellie Driscoll. Ball works up that right side, and Hawks do a nice job and basically setting Seton up on that sideline. And that was a mistake by the Hawks. Defender had plenty of time. Bruning wasn't close. She had time to dribble it up and maybe kick it down the field. Oh, good cross, and that's knocked away. A good opportunity as on the other side of the field, Ava Pongrantz was right there. Just knocked away by a Hawks defender. And Bruning, corner, and that is blocked and knocked out of bounds. Corner for Seton. So the Sentinels are huffing and puffing. Got to wonder when and if they can knock the Hawks' house down, or in this case, how about their nest? Bruning from the corner launches this one. Oh, and that one is knocked over the crossbar. Looks like that was either Dahl or Hannah Horniak on the shot. So Bruning has been close on the corners. Still no score. And a fast-moving first half as well. Very clean, no injuries, and that's great. You don't want to see any of these athletes injured. Hawks on the other end. Shot is up. Rivas right into Rivas. Scoops it up. Perfect one hop. Didn't have to worry about some kind of bad hop. And we've seen this. Sometimes you get that bad hop or you get that pooch kick down the field and comes down really hard and it bounces over goalkeepers. Seen that on the junior college circuit, especially if the field is playing hard, like these fields tend to be in the fall, baked by sun. At Chandler Gilbert Field is almost like playing on concrete because of all the sunshine. Mother Nature bakes down on it. A little battle on the sidelines. Driscoll is there, trying to outwork Madeline Gores. Worked up as the Hawks trying to make some noise. And the Hawks doing a nice job now. They have taken several blows from Seton in this first half. And Sentinels, and that's going to be an opportunity for Dahl. Dahl, one-on-one. Loose ball and corralled by Caleb Vilmerstedt out of the 6. That was a dangerous play. She mishandles. Dahl gets it. She rolls that one in for the first goal of the game. And that would have been another great scoring chance for Dahl. 4:40. Willie Baker right there on the sidelines. Billy. Loved him with his cowboy hat. No cowboy hat tonight. That was for homecoming only. That's a special occasion cowboy hat. Vilmerstedt comes out yet again. She's showing good instincts as Dahl closes in with that elite speed. Dahl has shown throughout this contest she can outrun and out one-on-one any defender. Hawks trying to counter. This final 4 minutes, it's going to be work to Rivas on that back end, and Rivas will pooch it up that right side. Bruning in a battle. Bruning does nice work. Hawks with Riley Grau, Hannah Horniak, who's had a good freshman season. She's going to be a staple of this team for the next 3 years. Grau is there. Good move. Works it to Bruning. Bruning on that sidelines. Knocked back down. Ellie Driscoll. And Bruning and Driscoll playing a little one-on-one. Hawks have the answer, though. For a brief second as Davey was there. Middle of the field. Final 3 minutes of this first half. And now the Seton parents are urging their kids to put the metal on the pedal. Get things going. Fire it up. Get things done. Final 2:38 of this first half. Sentinels, high hopes. The 4 seed, Tanque Verde, the 13th seed. Right now, number 13 hanging on. That one blistered. And another shot once again by their ace, Amelia Kidd. And make no mistake, if Rivas doesn't play that correct, that's probably going to go in. So it looks simple. She has to move a little bit to her left. It's almost like a fair catch, but it has more of a line drive effect to it. So she has to play that ball right. Is it a play she should make? Absolutely. She did. If she doesn't, it's 1-0 Hawks potentially. We wind down in one of the fastest first halves from Seton ever. Final $1.30. Maddie Breen's there. This one's knocked up. Right side, that will go out of bounds. It'll be Hawks possession, and they'll take their time. Now we've got a whistle blown. No stoppage of play as the Hawks will throw it in. Right there is Bruning. She's had an excellent first half. Dahl trying to thread the needle to Sienna Bujold. And Bujold anxious to get another opportunity. Sienna with a good shot on goal in the first half, just over the right corner of that crossbar. But it was electric. Set piece as the fans are clamoring. Final 24 seconds. Bruning will let it go. Bruning. Oh, the header was missed inside the 18 by Dahl. She wanted it. And Sentinels will have a couple seconds. This one's booted, and the Hawks will knock it away, and that's going to do it. First half, Sentinels in a 0-0 pitch against the underdog Tanque Verde Hawks. Short timeout. We'll take a 10-minute break. More to come from Michael Eubanks Stadium. You're watching the first round of the playoffs, the Sentinels and Tanque Verde, right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Welcome you back to the campus of Michael Eubanks Stadium. The campus, of course, Seton Catholic. Michael Eubanks Stadium, of course, on the campus of Seton Catholic. 0-0. Surprise score. Bella Gooch got the shots going with a shot over the crossbar in the first 10 minutes. Then it was Jordan Dahl on an amazing cross to Sienna Boujol. And Boujol just rifled it. Great shot just over the right corner of the crossbar. That was probably one of the best opportunities of the night. And Seton has had tremendous shots on goal from Dahl, and on the other side, Amelia Kidd has had a couple. Nothing for Alex Rivas under duress. Everything was pretty much, outside the 18. But still, Amelia Kidd is getting a little space, and that is something Seton has to worry about. All their other offensive players have been kept in check, but Amelia Kidd can never leave a good striker any kind of extra space. It's a recipe for disaster. Sentinels, for the most part in this contest, they've dominated. They were kind of outplayed in that first 5 minutes, and then from there, maybe outplayed a couple minutes here and there, but for 30 minutes or so, they've had the Hawks on their heels. But for Coach Brian Sheebles and his ladies from Tanque Verde, they are feeling ecstatic. They're halfway home, and they're in this one. And right now, they feel, look, if we can just get a little more offense, we have a shot. And for Seton, it's basically now, it's really about popping one in. And as the great soccer player in her own time, Autumn Kish said, if they score one, then it's going to come in bunches. And bunches could be one after another, and then all of a sudden would turn into a halftime nail biter, will turn into a second half calm breath of fresh air. But in the meantime, as Billy Baker talks to his team, of course, playoffs are here, especially on the basketball court. The men in the Copper Division, they're on the road tomorrow night at Fort Thomas. And then in the 3A Division, the Sentinels will host Ganado, and that's going to be at Arcadia. Of course, the Sentinels' brand new state-of-the-art gym is still being worked on, and when it is finally unveiled, it's going to be amazing. I've been told there will be a pond with sharks with lasers on their head. I'm not sure if that's true. That's what Paulo Hutchison told me. So, needless to say, that's going to be coming down the road, but the Sentinels and Karen Self will play that game at Arcadia on Thursday night. As we see the spinning soccer ball, we'll see if Paulo can dial up Freddie the Flamingo. And Paulo does have his loyal sidekick this evening, Lenny the dog. And, it's a battle of birds. And Freddie outraces the hawk. And Freddie says, you know what? I get the hot chocolate, and the hawk gets nothing and cries about it. Poor little hawky. Oh. That was great. Can we see that one more time? That was the thing Paulo comes up with is just fantastic. There they are. It's a race. It's a foot race. Freddie the Flamingo and Freddie to the finish line by a sheer feather. And the hawk gets no hot chocolate. He gets nothing. Needless to say, we're at the half and final minute winding down. Of course, the winner of this contest will take on the winner of number 12 Florence and number 5 ALA West Foothills. Your first round playoff matchups look like this. Number 1 Northwest Christian hosting Santan Foothills, which looks like the 16th seed. River Valley at Thatcher, 9-8. Florence at ALA West Foothills. Tanque Verde, of course, here. Page the 14th seed at number 3, Ben Franklin. Safford, the 11th seed at number 6, Yuma Catholic. Number 10, ALA Ironwood. At number 7, Valley Christian. And number 2, Gilbert Christian, hosting number 15, ALA Mesa North. And that's your playoff matchups. Of course, for Carter Abey and his basketball team, they are in the Copper Division. The ultimate, it's just a step above. The Copper is your elite teams. They got Fort Thomas on the road tomorrow night. And in the playing game for the 3A Girls Division, Seton not at home, not at Chandler Prep. They're on the road. It's technically a home game, but it's being played at Arcadia, and they'll be taking on Ganado. Karen Self and her team, 17-9, taking on Ganado, a team that's going to come play hard, and should be a good matchup as we see Tanque Verde back on the field. And the Sentinels now back on the field, and Sentinels almost fully healthy. They are without Laurel Stoff right now, who's battling a little bit of a knee injury. She suffered against Gilbert Christian. And Freddie, and we talked about the pool with sharks with lasers on their head, and Freddie's like, look, I can handle that. So I guess that's going to be part of the the new Seton gym. That's just tremendous. And when this one's over and hopefully we get a Seton victory, we have to call this one up for Autumn Kish about the sharks with lasers, because Paulo came up with a great graphic that's just tremendous. You got to see this one. Autumn's in the other room. She's doing the PA announcing, who's always doing a tremendous job. And this second half is underway. And here we go. Courtesy of the Joker and the Dark Knight Rises. Heath Ledger. Such a classic moment. Of course, you talk about great villains in a movie. Horror, whatever. Heath Ledger right there. Stole his screen time and then some. Now it's the Hawks looking to be the villain here and ruin the home party. And for the Sentinels, trying to advance against a gritty Hawks team, not lying down. Sentinels now going from right to left on your screen. Of course, Sentinels decked out in the home red, and Tanque Verde decked out in their road white. This one booted on that left side and out of the reach of Ava Pongrantz. Both teams, of course, they've been through the first half feel-out phase, and according to Max Preps, and this Max Preps, whoever created that website, is glistening with dollar bills hitting them in the head every day they step out of their house, because it's a tremendous sight for high school athletics. Here come the Hawks. Left side, space, shot is up, and Rivas has to go up and get it. Little pooch shot on that other side of the field, and once again, a little too much space. And a nice knock by Madeline Gores. And talk about a team that coming out with a purpose. Gores gave Rivas something to think about. First good look in this second half comes courtesy of Tanque Verde. And you can only imagine the great Vince Lombardi speech that Brian Sheebles gave his team at the half. Look, you're only down You're not down. It's 0-0. You played them to a standstill after 40. You can take this. Tighten things up a little bit defensively. Believe in yourself offensively, and you have a shot. And for Billy Baker, he's waiting for his team to take control in the second half. The Hawks, just like they did the first half, own the first 5 minutes. And second half, finally, Seton Catholic is working it the other way. Pongrantz in the middle of the field. Jordan Dahl. Dahl, a little physicality. Bumps into the back of Cheyenne Bell. Now some bumps on the other side of the field, and that's a little shove, and Hutton North, a junior, not getting away with that one. And that was just blatant. You could see the arm going out, the forearm push. But Seton's got to capitalize as Galvin with a good rip down the field. Right there is Dahl. Dahl working through a couple defenders. Dahl, right side. Jordan Dahl. Dahl will pooch it across. Knocked away by a defender, kept alive by Seton, and scooped up by Kayla Vilmerstedt. And the Seton fans urging the Sentinels on. And right there, down in the blocks, was Ella Bruning. Got the cross in a fairly decent place from Dahl. Try to work it, defender around her. But it might take something special tonight to get a goal across either side. Now the Hawks making some noise. They've got 4 on the other side of the field. And that's knocked away, and the Hawks will have a corner. And coming up a little gimpy on that play is number 17, Ellie Driscoll, who is a great defender for this team. Driscoll's trying to stretch it out, maybe just fighting some cramps as you see her right now. Nope. Now Driscoll's moving around. Number 17, this one, a good kick. Point blank, and that is banged in by the Hawks. They get it done on a point blank corner kick. And once again, Amelia Kidd, who's been making noise throughout this contest, and Kidd on the corner puts it in. Her 17th of the year, and it's Tanque Verde with a 1-0 lead. And if there was ever any urgency, well, here it is. Sentinels have got to get it going, and of course, there's no time to panic, but now a team that has come on the road into their house, kept them scoreless for a half, has now taken a 1-0 lead. And the Sentinels kind of talked about it. They were flat-footed to start the first, flat-footed to start the second. And now they need a good bit of fortune. And the strength of this Tanque Verde team is their defense. And they will just drop all the numbers down. So this Tanque Verde team converts on their first corner kick of the game. Their first corner kick of the game. Tremendous. And now it's worked deep, and the Sentinels attacking back row, and Brain shoots it up the other way. Now the Hawks looking a little spry, looking a little loose. They're playing with confidence. Every second they're in this game, they feel they can win it now. Now with a 1-0 lead, and now attack in the middle. Opportunity, point blank look, and Rivas denies the attacker, and coming full force with a purpose was Amelia Kidd yet again. And I got to tell you, if Seton doesn't pick things up on that attacking back row, this is not going to end in their way. Amelia Kidd is just getting too much space. And now the Sentinels fans are pleading with their young ladies to get things going. But Amelia Kidd almost had her second goal. If that's just to the right or left of Alex Rivas, it's a 2-0 game. Under 33 minutes left in this second half. Tanque Verde, the 13th seed, looking for the upset on the campus of Seton Catholic, the 4th seed. It's knocked the other way, but right now, Tanque Verde has owned this first 7 minutes of this second half. They've come out with a purpose. Santa Boujold in a sideline battle. And Boujold and the Sentinels regrouping as Diana Rojas comes back in. Boujold will work the other side of the field. She'll join Dahl and Bruning on that attacking front. Throw in. Pooch in the air. Hawks trying to counter. And giving chase is Galvin. Galvin works it over to the middle. Good counter for a brief second. Now the Hawks on the intercept. Once in the middle, too much space. Amelia Kidd right in the focus, and now a bunch of Seton defenders as Rivas scoops it up. Big thing right now for Seton is to be more aggressive on the back end. They're letting the forwards really dictate this game for the Hawks. Okay, they got to put a body on a body. Amelia Kidd cannot get any kind of space anymore. Now it's Dahl left side. Jordan Dahl. Dahl, elite speed. Left side, Jordan Dahl will try to cross it. And it gets knocked, and it'll be a corner opportunity for Seton. And Bruning is going to be there, and Ella Bruning will have her 4th opportunity from the corner. Ella dialing it up. And here it is. And that is knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Seton ball on the other side. Another corner chance. At some point, they've got to bust one in. Bruning. This one just outside the 6. Kept alive by the Hawks. And, it's one of those things right there. That's a moment right there that if things don't go well in this night for the Sentinels, that moment right there is an indication. Loose ball and no one goes after it, and the Hawks clear the ball the other way. And this is the playoffs. Can't look at a team's record as this one's blistered just wide. And once again, another shot by Amelia Kidd. This is where you hate to use every cliche. Let it all out. Give it all you got. Make it count. Make it happen. They all apply here. Can't just sit back and just wait for something to happen. Collectively, the Sentinels are down one of their best offensive players, and Laurel Stoft. Everyone's got to step up, and everyone's got to be aggressive and go to the ball. That corner opportunity, that loose ball, and everyone just kind of standing around instead of making something happen. Final 28 minutes and change as Dahl tries to beat a defender. Hawks, good countering at midfield. Diana Rojas, who's shown so much promise for this program. Maddie Breen. And Dahl is there. Dahl looking for the foul, but you know what? You can't stop and look for the foul. You got to play on. That's one thing, too. It's just like you can't let the refs dictate the game. You got to play the game out. Sentinels have a lot of skill, and right now they have to apply it and not hope for a referee call to put them in a better position. First half, they had their share of opportunities. They can get theirs in this half, but they just got to go out there and earn it. Got to want it and earn it. Galvin up the field. Rojas is there. Rojas works it back down. Coming up is Caitlin Davey. Breen is there on that far right side. And Dahl with a little pooch. Sienna Bujold right there. Bujold. Sienna. Jordan Dahl, and right into the hands of the waiting Kayla Vimmerstedt. And that's going to be Seton ball, and as the Hawks could not handle it. But you can see the Hawks, they're dropping everyone. Everyone's coming back. So this is a team where their defense is their strength, and they have just enough offense. They're capable that they drop their offensive players back to help as much as possible. Here comes Jordan Dahl. Far left is Sienna Bujold. Bujold right to her left. Bujold, opportunity. Sienna moves to her right. Bujold centers it and knocked down. And there's going to be a foul on Jordan Dahl. It's going to be a penalty kick. It's going to be inside the 18. So a chance for Seton. Ella Bruning's going to take it. And this is a big play right here. Ella Bruning up against Kayla Vilmerstedt. Chance for Seton to get back in. 26:07. Bruning now places it perfectly. All the fans. Vilmerstedt on her heels, bouncing up and down. Ella Bruning looking for the equalizer. Ella, shot is up, and Ella bangs it home! And the Sentinels have tied this one at 1. Ella Bruning high and hard, and that left side blisters it. And the Sentinels even Steven in their own house. Her 9th goal of the year, and it comes up big, as you can see the flashy graphics from Paulo Hutchison on the screen. A tremendous shot in that upper left corner, and Vimmerstedt, who's been outstanding in this one, had no shot. She would have had to play outside. She'd have to be a striker on the volleyball team with a shot to jump and knock that one down. Great effort. Bruning comes up big. Now it's Maddie Bream. Maddie coming up strong. And it goes back the other way. 1-1 ball game. And Rivas will track it down. Rivas has got some options. And she'll knock this one right to Sienna Bujold, is right there. Bujold handles it like a champ. Couple moves. Works it up. A misplay by the Hawks. And once again, Vimmerstedt, who has shown a lot of good poise coming out of the 6. Hauls it in. 1-1 ball game. 1-1 pitch from Michael Eubanks Stadium. This one pooched, and Rivas is there. Easy scoop. Now the Sentinels finally get on the scoreboard. Can they capitalize and put a couple on? Kind of like what the Hawks are doing here. They've countered and they've controlled the pace here ever since the Sentinels tied it up. Maddie Breen, middle of the field. Dahl's there. Jordan Dahl, relentless energy. Dahl, middle of the field. Couldn't beat one defender. And giving chase is Bruning. Left side, the Hawks methodically working it up. A lot of touches as Rojas try to keep it in play, and Bella Gooch is right there. Gooch. And once again, opportunity, the Hawks. This one is up, and this one is busted in yet again. Amelia Kidd. We've called her name once, twice, too much space. And the Sentinels flat-footed defensively, and Amelia Kidd does it yet again, her 18th goal of the year. And once again, we've stated in the very beginning, you cannot leave an elite scorer that much space, and Amelia Kidd's just running free in this second half. And the Sentinels playing catch-up yet again. A lot of time. But once again, they are playing under duress. Amelia Kidd, 2 goals in this one. She just raced free and just kind of just worked her way past the defenders that were kind of standing around. And once again, the Hawks are in attack mode. Kidd yet again. Amelia Kidd once again. And that one is just shot wide past the far post. But they are just going hardcore. And Amelia Kidd has just got a lot of juice and playing with a passion. Amelia Kidd, a junior midfielder, 16 goals this year. Under 23 minutes left in this one. Talking about living large and on the road, and that shot by Kidd behind the goal. Seton possession. Sentinels 0-0 at the half. Kidd got the team on the board off a corner. Sentinels answered on a Bruning penalty kick. And then it was Amelia Kidd yet again. 2-1 contest. Hawks in the middle of the field. They came out with a purpose in that second half, that's for sure. And now each second that goes by, their confidence level is growing and growing and growing. Sentinels fans hoping the team can change the tide. Swing the ball on the other side of the field. And give Dahl, give Bruning, give Sienna Bujold an opportunity. Hawks yet again. Just outside the 18. Amelia Kidd will launch it right into Rivas. Amelia Kidd right now just playing pepper with the Sentinels' goal. As you can see her right there, number 10, having a tremendous contest. And my thoughts with Brian Sheebles, I asked him about Amelia Kidd, and he said, yeah, she needs to have a good game for us to have a chance. And she's doing what a team captain would do, lead by example. And she's just putting it in gear. Anytime she's in the attacking third, she's just motoring just as Jordan Dahl would do. And a player hits the turf. It's going to be a foul against Seton as the Hawks, Bella Gooch. And Bella Gooch has got a good shot. And this is, from what we've seen of her, she can knock it from here. This is a big play right here for Seton. Got to be aware. Gooch will launch it. This one good right into Rivas. Just to the right, and Rivas was there. Ball hung just a bit, but Gooch showed her ability to knock one from deep. Bujold the other way. trying to find Bruni in the middle. Deanna Rojas. That left side. And that is knocked out of bounds. Under 20 minutes left. Tanque Verde, the Hawks, they're flexing their feathers with a 2-1 lead. They work the ball into the middle of the field. It's pushed up as Bujold has to give way. Now Bujold's on that sidelines. Hawks, a sideline battle. Now it's worked back up. Ella Probst. And out of the reach of Santa Bujold. And for the Sentinels, it's going to take one connection at a time, but those connections have to come with all-out hustle. The urgency is there. Under 19 minutes left for the Sentinels. Their season's on the line. Set piece on the back end. If our good friend Grant Wagner is watching in Utah, Grant, we miss you, champ. Hope things are well. Grant Wagner, the former coach of the Seton soccer teams. Big supporter of Seton athletics, always. Now living in Utah, where Mother Nature is not as kind as she is here in the desert. Other side, Driscoll. On that side, giving chase, Caitlin Davey. Dahl's giving chase on that side. And the Hawks just, right now, playing good keep away. Nothing tremendous as Breen tries to punch it up over the head of Sienna Bujold. Bujold now giving chase. Sentinels fans getting a little antsy. Rightfully. And a player hits the deck, and that's going to be a foul against Ellie Driscoll. As hitting the turf hard was Madeline Gores. Binoculars out in force tonight. Got to have them. Cannot call a high school soccer game or even junior college game without the binoculars. Look, got to have them everywhere. Football, a must too. When you have old eyes, when you become in that elder age, the eyesight's first to go. Breen and Jordan Dahl will see that head toward the sidelines. Dahl will try to cut off the passer. And looks like we've got a stoppage in play. And it looks like it was the health status of Amelia Kidd. It looks like she's got a little bit of a bloody nose, who's coming back on the field. So this is a kid who's coming out here, maybe knocked around a little bit, just took a bad hit on the turf, scored a couple goals, and she's like, I'm not coming out of this one. And regardless if Seton comes back and wins this, that just shows the fight and heart in Amelia Kidd, and that's going to resonate for her and her teammates going forward. Not just this year, but for next year and for the program for years to come. Anyone who is watching this live is going to watch Amelia's efforts and be like, tremendous heart. Set piece for Seton. opportunity. Under 16 minutes. And with the chance to do some damage. And this one's booted and knocking it down. Right there was the converted goal keep. It was Caitlin Davey on the back end and on the kick. And Kayla Vilmerstedt was right there. Final 15 minutes of this one. A stunner going on the campus of Seton Catholic. Tanque Verde, the 13th seed, coming in with a record of 9-6-2. 2-2-1 in their last 5. Dahl, and right now you're seeing it. For Jordan Dahl, and Dahl gets dropped. And Dahl, no hesitation. Set piece, knocks it across. Opportunity, and Bujold could not capitalize, and Bruning as well. The knock was there. Another good chance. At some point, Sentinels have got to come up with a big play. As we wind down to 14 minutes left in this one. Hawks defensively, they're just dropping everyone. So when Dahl attacks, Jordan's going 1-on-4. She's going to have to cross and recognize that. She's going to have to set up one of her teammates and then eventually maybe get the ball back. Right now, the Hawks are doing such a good job on cutting the corners. And not allowing Dahl to turn the corner because the numbers are there. So Jordan and whether Sienna as well or Bruning, they might have to set up a teammate for a potential equalizer to tie this one up. Now Dahl, as you can see, there's 3 players right in front of her. Jordan works it right in the middle. And the Seton fans are crying the blues here, thinking a foul should have been called on Sienna Bujold. Now it's going to be a set piece. And the referee is having a talk with the head coach of Tanque Verde and Brian Sheebles. Your referees tonight are Susie Arias, Shirley Freeman, and Sorrel Pike. So the foul, as of now, looks like it's going against Seton. And we play on. Final 13 minutes. Pooched up. Deanna Rojas. Maddie Breen, who does such a tremendous job as a facilitator. And hitting the turf and not getting a call was a pruning. But right now the Sentinels cannot play. They look at the ref game. That's not what they should be doing. Can't be looking back at the referee. You got to control your destiny. Dahl right there. Dahl beats the defender. Dahl fires, and the save once again going up top was Kayla Vilmerstedt. Vilmerstedt, the converted volleyball player, a setter for Tanque Verde and the volleyball team, going up top and snaring it. Dahl with a bullet, and Vilmerstedt doing just enough. Finally, Dahl was cut loose, and now the Hawks trying to counter deep in Sentinels territory. Under 12 minutes left. Urgency huge. Horniak to Breen on that right side. Threaded for a split second. Ellie Driscoll in that mix. Hawks answering. They're going across the way. And taken away by Rojas. Promising young freshman midfielder. Hawks right there. They got the numbers on the back end. As you can see, they've got with Bujold and Dahl right there. They had 4 defenders in the back. So the Sentinels would have needed, if one of those two would have gotten the leather, they would have needed an outstanding individual play unless they would have fed one another, which is, I think, the key for the Sentinels is to recognize what they're seeing and make that extra pass. If they do, they'll have a shot to tie this one. Hawks, middle, Bujold. Fires Bujold and right into the arms yet again of Kayla Vilmerstedt. Bujold with the shot. And Vilmerstedt is playing like a seasoned vet between the pipes. As we wind down to the final 10 minutes of this one. Brian Schiebel's on the other side, pacing in his green top, hat on backwards. Former Aztec who played at Pima Community College, one of the elite soccer programs in the country. It's knocked the other way. Sentinels, now it's Amelia Kidd. Amelia Kidd, who has been outstanding this one, and that's what you call recognition right there. Kidd saw exactly what was transpiring in front of her, multiple defenders, so she worked it back, and that's what the Sentinels have to do offensively. They've got to get it in the attacking third, and whoever is in a good position, make that extra pass. Sentinels Nation now urging the team on. Every second is monumental for the Sentinels. Let's go. Make a run for it. Come on. Push it. Let's go. Those are some of the shout-outs from the Sentinels Nation on hand. On that side, there'll be a throw-in for Seton. Under 9 minutes left. Breen right there. Taken away by the Hawks. Racing up. And splitting, and Sentinels doing a good job of countering, but the Hawks get it back, and they work it to the other side of the field. Shot is up, and Rivas is there, and Rivas will control it. And that was knocked on the other side. Tremendous effort this time by Hutton North. Hutton North has shown her ability. Dahl, once again, 1-on-4. No opportunity. Sentinels need everyone crashing in close proximity. One player at this point can't win it. They can certainly tie it, but it's going to take a team effort to try to pull this one out. Under 8 minutes left. Time becoming a factor by the second. It looks like we have a yellow card on the other side of the field. And that yellow card is going to go to Riley Grau. So Grau, as of now, is a spectator. So the Sentinels are seeing different personnel now. Dahl in the middle. She's got one right to her left. Right there, Dahl trying to will her team. Shot is up, and once again, another stay by Wilmerstedt. Sienna Bujold with a tremendous shot, but right at Wilmerstedt. Sentinels got to move fast. No time to wait. And now the Sentinels student body making some noise. Rojas back in. Rojas getting bumped out by Amelia Kidd. Amelia Kidd owned that second. And that's what a great player does, impose their will. And at some point, Rojas will know she has to impose her will back and not let Kidd force her way. That was a battle, but upperclassman has been there against a young kid who is still figuring some things out. Shot is up. Rivas inside, opportunity, rolling around, and Rivas secures it. Rivas couldn't handle the long shot her way, and that time, and Dahl comes up, and they're going to say it's out of bounds, and that was a tremendous turnover by the Sentinels. Now 5:57 left. Hawks off the Rivas turnover. Every second matters, and Rivas not getting the ball up the field was huge. But now they got a chance. Bujold off the back end of a Hawks player. Pooch the other way. Amelia Kidd is there. Anxious. Right in front of her. They work it back down. Maddie Galvin. Galvin clips it up. Back end of the Hawks. And the Hawks. And that one is going to be an own goal by Seton. Oh my goodness. What a mistake by the Sentinels. Knocked in by Caitlin Davey, and Rivas was not prepared. Wow. And now she's getting some comfort from Maddie Galvin, and now the Sentinels need a miracle. They're down 3-1 with 5 minutes left. Dahl needs some help. 4 defenders in front of her. No one in that middle. Dahl will get it back. Bujold slightly out of her way. Bruning right there. And they're going to call the foul right there. And that wasn't Bruning on the other side of the field. That was Ellie Driscoll. So it's going to be a set piece for Seton, but my goodness, they need 2 goals in 4 minutes and 35 seconds. And every second counts. Sentinels can't afford to waste any time. They got to get this thing going. Big moment here. Shot is up, and that shot is wide. A good quality rip. And Bruning sees that one go wide, unfortunately, and the potential for a second goal goes with it. Tremendous turn of events here in the last 3 minutes. Sentinels back end, which has been on its heels for most of the second half. Letting Amelia Kidd too much space, scoring 2 goals, and then allowing an own goal by Caitlin Davey on the miscommunication to Alex Rivas. Breen will fire it up, and right there to scoop it, Kayla Wilmerstedt, who's been really, really good. All the goals she saved she's got her hands on and hasn't been out of position. She's read it well, but that's probably her days of being a setter in volleyball, having so many balls go at her that, you know, she's used to different angles and securing the ball. Final 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And the Hawks, a young team, led by their captain, Amelia Kidd. A record of 9-6-2. A team coming in as the 13th seed. According to Max Preps, these two teams have never played, dating back to 2004. Maybe they played before that. But this team that came in as a giant underdog is closing in on moving on to the second round. Final 2 minutes. And Rivas has just got to get this thing going. And the Sentinels got to track the leather down as quickly as possible. Boujol in the middle of the field. Final $1.30. Boujol will fire it up. Just out of the reach of Jordan Dahl, who's trying to track it down. Dahl in that corner. Good move by Jordan. Bruning. It's knocked across. We wind down to the final minute of this one. The Sentinels ended the year with huge victories over ALA West Foothills and Gilbert Christian, seeming poised for the playoffs. That goes out of bounds. The team on a mission to get back to the title game for the second year in a row. Instead, their team's going to be thinking about this for the rest of the year. What went wrong? As this one is knocked wide. Final 26.3 seconds remaining. A stunner at Michael Eubanks Stadium. Tanque Verde, led by their star goalkeeper, Caleb Ummerstead, and their super striker, Amelia Kidd. They come to town and they pull off the stunner. And the Sentinels see their season come to a crashing end as Tanque Verde pulls off the upset. Actually, there's 0.4 seconds remaining, but Tanque Verde essentially, this is it. And the Hawks coming to town and pull off a monumental upset under head coach Brian Schiebels, stunning Seton by the count of 3-1. Halftime, it was 0-0. The Hawks came in. They dominated the first 5 minutes. Second half, they dominated the first 5 minutes of the second half. Amelia Kidd got them on the board, her 17th of the year. Ella Bruning tied it with a penalty kick. Then a short time later, Amelia Kidd, with under 24 minutes remaining, on that left side, got a good clean look, beat Alex Rivas, made it 2-1. And then the Sentinels with a catastrophe on the back end as Caitlin Davey, a miscommunication, tried to roll it back to Alex Rivas, and it was an own goal by Seton. And the Sentinels' season comes to an end. They finish the year 10-3 and get stunned on their home turf. And for the seniors on the squad, Ella Bruning, Addie Driscoll, Caitlin Davey, Charlotte Cyphers. They'll be thinking about this one for a while. Of course, they did not have Laurel Stoft, who was battling a knee injury, but still, this Sentinels team had enough to win this game. But they were outplayed by a team that came in and was the more hungry squad. And all the Sentinels' losses this season, whether it be Ben Franklin or Northwest Christian, and now Tanque Verde. The other team just wanted it more. And congratulations go out to Brian Sheebles and his team. They move on, and they'll face the winner of number 12 Florence and number 5 ALA West Foothills. And that's going to be on Saturday at the higher seed. Of course, men's basketball tonight. Tomorrow night, that is. Copper Division, Carter Abe's team will take on Fort Thomas at Fort Thomas. And 3A women's basketball, Karen Self in the playing game will host Ganado at a home away from home for Seton at Arcadia. And Billy Baker and his team will think about this as their final thoughts. And unfortunately, no question, some tears will be rolling off the faces of some of these players that expected more. Hard one to take on their home turf in the first round against a team they should beat. Instead, they can reflect on some good memories, on winning 10 games and getting to the postseason 2 years in a row. We appreciate you dialing us up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. For Autumn Kish, Jen Hutchison, Jim Shoebridge, the fine athletic director, Victor Sono, the great administrator for this fine academic institution. Paulo Hutchison on the live stream always does a tremendous job. I'm Joe Pequeno. Unfortunately, bad news, Seton Nation. Sentinels get stunned at home by the count of 3-1. Their season comes to an end. Tanque Verde moves on. The Sentinels finish the year 10-3. This has been a presentation of Seton Catholic Athletics.